So the Knicks get smoked on the road again as they just struggle against teams that are above 500 on the road. Captain was a no-show. Shockingly, what happened? The Boston Celtics, they treated us like we were a bunch of punks. They out-toughed us, had us crying to the officials. And Mike Brown, can someone report this to him? Can you please, for the life of me, stop playing the three-point guard lineup? It's clearly not working. Jaylen Brown had like 40-something in the third quarter. I know he didn't have it all in the third quarter, but it felt like it. Man, we're going to talk about this game and more on this episode of the post-game call-up show. What's good? Welcome to the show. I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan, and I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest, and you know the vibes. Tell a friend, we are live. No New York City salutes tonight, man. Tonight was definitely a bad look. You know, losing to the Boston Celtics. And, you know, this game honestly meant a lot to me. And I'll explain a little bit of it later. We do got some calls. Definitely keep the calls coming. Okay, 646-995-8389. If I do miss your call, I will call you back. Salute to my man Mellow Mike in the building. Oh, I got my first caller. Hello, caller. State your name. Where you calling from?
Yo, it's JJ from Brooklyn. What's good, brother? How you feeling,
Salute to
man?
you, JJ.
Salute,
man.
Man.
JJ, honestly,
Man.
I could be better, man. I could be.
Man.
So
Yeah,
5-minute
bro.
5-minute call rules in effect.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you
Yeah,
cook.
let
You
me.
you tell me what's your thoughts.
All right. Yeah, I'm tight. I ain't gonna lie. But listen, I'm gonna just ask you one question, man. Why are you putting your worst defender on Jaylen Brown for 90% of the game? Why is Jalen Brunson guarding Jaylen Brown?
Oh.
Why? Why does that make any sense? Why?
I have an answer if you want, but I don't want to cut your call too short. But real quickly, I'm gonna tell you why.
Could you hear me?
It's called. Can you hear me? Hold on. You get my man. Can you hear me? I
Hello?
can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Could you hear? Yeah, I could hear you. I could hear you
Okay.
now.
I'm gonna answer
Yeah,
your question really quickly, right?
yeah.
It's old school basketball. That's
They were
something that I
getting
give
this.
Joe.
They were letting them get the switches whenever they wanted on Jaylen
Right,
Brown. He was gunning
right,
for Brunson. Where is he? Why are the
right.
Knicks letting them? Why are they giving in and say, here's the
I could
switch?
tell you why. You know why? Because Jordan
Yeah,
Clarkson was small forward, and they have all these cross matches because for whatever reason he likes to play 3-point guards to start the game. It doesn't make any sense
yeah.
to me.
The
I mean
nonsense.
to
Yeah,
start the third quarter. I mean, I'm
yeah.
sorry, to start the fourth quarter. I mean, not the fourth quarter, the second quarter. He wants to start the 3-point guards.
It was all game though. Even when Hart was on, and here's the switch. Here's Brunson. Even Bridges here. Here you
Yes.
go. Here's Brunson. Here, Jaylen Brown. We know this is what you want. There he is. School him all game. Do whatever you want with him. Easy. Here's an easy layup. Here's an easy mid-range shot over a 6'2" guard. Barbecue chicken. This one's
Mm,
on Brunson. Offensively,
mm.
horrific. Credit to, how do you say his name? Minot? Minot?
Yeah, Midnight.
Minot.
Listen, I'm not
He
good with
locked
those
he locked him
international
up.
names.
He locked him up, yo.
Yeah,
You
he
know?
definitely did.
Those are the guys he can struggle with. 6'9" long, right? You know? So, Brunson, he didn't have it. And then at the end of the game, you're still seeing dribble, dribble, dribble. Let Bridges take it home. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I hear
You
you.
know, Bridges
Um,
Bridges had it going. Even Cat had it going in the second half. It wasn't your night, bro. You couldn't hit a thing. Nothing. Give it up,
mm,
man. Give it up.
mm.
You know, I mean, he killed. I mean, he literally gave up. I'm not even being sarcastic. He gave up at least 50 points tonight defensively. It was
Mm.
horrifying, horrifying. Oh my God, man! Come on, dude. Come on.
I definitely I'm the type of
You know.
person I weigh it out. I don't just put it all on one person because they lost like a team. It looked bad, period, across the board,
Yeah.
except Bridges. I
Yeah.
mean, Bridges, if you
Oh
want to
man.
give him a pass, but even with Mikel, I mean, we had no answer for Jalen Brown. So um, it is what it is. But I do give more of the blame to Coach Brown and to Jalen Brunson, 100%.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
riding with you on that. This
Yeah.
was captain's
Yeah.
night
Yeah.
to match because we needed his star power, and I feel like these guys were in their head. And Walt Clyde Frazier called it the best when he said, "Oh man, Brunson, he's lost his composure. He's
Mm.
he's not even though he didn't get the technical foul, that was a delayed game. Walt Clyde
Right.
was like, man, it just seems like Brunson just he lost his cool. He needs to get it back, and that kind of
Mm.
took him out of the game.
Right. And then Mitchell Robinson, right? We call him. What do we call him? What are the two words? Rim protector, is right? Isn't
Rim
that what he
protector.
is? He's a
Yes. Oh
rim
my.
protector. Are those
Yes.
right? I'm putting those in air quotes
hmm
because when is the last time this guy's even had a block shot? All I see when he's out there is him
Mm.
saying, "Here, drive right by me. Here, here's the lane.
Mm.
I'm not gonna block you. So just because rim protected. Yeah, he's a great rim
Mm.
protector. He's an elite rim protector right now. Yeah, great man. He's great at it. I'm just saying his rim protection has been elite. Yeah, good
It's
job.
hard to defend.
Good
It's
job.
hard to defend anyone tonight. My thing is though,
Yeah.
JJ, will he ever get more than 17 minutes in the game?
If
You
he's
know what I'm
gonna play like
saying?
this, I don't want him to. That's
Oh, okay.
17 minutes too
That's
many.
fair.
That's
That's
17
fair.
minutes too many. He's letting
Mm.
guys blow by him. Oh, I mean, at will. He ain't
At
blocking a
will.
thing. He ain't blocking ish. I don't think he's got him. I don't remember getting him blocked this year. I don't remember, to be
Nah, he
honest
definitely
with you.
got blasted. He definitely got blasted
Not
this year. He
many.
just this
Not
game, but
many.
yeah. No,
No,
he's
not
he's
many.
no.
Not many. What's he?
Yeah.
Is he even averaging a block? I honestly don't remember him getting
I could
many
pull it.
blocks whatsoever. Maybe
I
I'm
could pull it up.
bugging, but I just don't remember.
Nah, he definitely has some blocks. He has some good blocks. But is he one of the leading shot blockers in the league? No.
No, no,
He's averaging
no.
point 0.9 blocks a game. So, you know,
Yeah, I mean that's still less than one. I mean that's not rim
that's less than one.
protection. That's not rim protection, and that's still
Yeah.
more than I thought because it
Oh,
feels
oh,
like
hold on. They
less.
can't see it.
I
Yeah. Hold on.
mean,
I gotta
how
fix
many?
this so they can see it.
I mean, how many times is he gonna let guys just drive right by him? I mean, it's over and over and over again, man. You know?
Yeah.
Eh,
I'm not gonna lie. I did want to see a little bit more of the double big lineup because I felt like, the rebounds was lacking,
oh
and
man,
we were plus
oh
two on the
man,
glass in the first quarter, and then that was it. Then
oh
they killed us on this guy Kada
yeah,
killed us. Oh
oh
my
yeah,
goodness, he
yeah.
definitely killed us. So
And I know what it was like. We just like the timely rebounds they would get, and then they would lay it in. Like you gotta get the timely rebounds. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
And
mm.
yeah, I'm yeah, man, I'm tired. I'm not gonna
So
lie. I hate losing the green. To the green,
yeah, oh
man.
yeah, oh my goodness.
Oh,
Only team I hate worse than them is
oh,
Miami. So
oh,
but quick
yeah.
question on the way out. I want to ask
Uh-huh.
you,
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
are we the best team in the Eastern Conference? Are we the best
Oh,
team in the Eastern Conference? Would say
no,
you.
no,
Mm.
no. Today, no. I'm not just saying
Mm.
record, scratch all that. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, right. No,
It's
no.
a reason why. It's a reason why I asked that question.
Yeah.
But
Why? What's your like
I
objective?
mean,
See what I did there?
uh, yeah. Well, against the Eastern Conference,
Yeah.
above 500 teams,
Ooh.
I believe we're now two
Ooh.
and six or three and
Yeah. Who
six.
have we beat?
I'm a, I'm a, I'm a, I'm a, re, I'm a
We
fact
beat
check
bum
myself.
teams. We've been beating bum teams, to be
Right.
honest.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, we hadn't lost to a team that's sub 500 this year, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's the above 500
Right.
teams in the Eastern Conference, especially that
Yeah.
gives us the most trouble. So,
Yeah.
I think I got it right here. I believe we are 3-7 against 500 and above teams in the Eastern Conference.
Mm.
So, because we only beat
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota is the only 500 team we beat on the West Coast. So, take
Mm.
that game off and then boom. So that's why I asked that question. But
Yeah.
JJ, I appreciate you, man.
Yes,
Thank you
sir,
for
man.
rocking out and calling. And I
Yeah.
know it was a tough night. And
Yeah, man. Uh,
boy,
man.
yeah. Luckily, we got who we got tomorrow. We got the Hornets. So
Yeah,
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 that'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
a win.
And
That
then
yeah,
we
we'll
then we
get that win
can
back.
then we can celebrate and act like we're winning the
Yeah,
chip.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
dude. Let's go,
I'm
man.
not doing a
Oh hell
call
no.
up show tomorrow. No, I'm not doing a call up show
Man, I
tomorrow.
ain't
No.
celebrate. Come on, man. You
Yeah, I'm
better
not
win and
celebrating that.
you better win. You better win by 30, yo. I
Right,
don't want
facts, man.
whatever. Beat Charlotte. Let's throw a
Right.
party, right?
Yeah, let's
Man,
throw a party. Yeah, nah, no, we're
man,
not doing that this week.
hell no, man. All right,
All right,
brother.
JJ.
Appreciate you, my man.
Salute, man. That
All
was
right,
my
man.
man
Later.
JJ. By the way, y'all, the 82 nights Cyber Monday sale is still on effect. So if you want to get your journal, man, you still will have the opportunity to get the 33% off this week inside the Knicks.com. And channel members, you get an additional 20% off. Okay. So by the way, Yuri, any of the mods in the chat, block that guy, Big Tone Sports Open. What's his name? Big Tone Talk, Open Mic Talk, whatever his name is. Get him out of here. Remember, he's not allowed on the channel because when we beat the Miami Heat, he didn't call up. So there, that's how I'm getting down. Get that Big Tone dude out of here. Gone. Van Moose. Thank you, mods. Let me get to my next call. Keep the calls coming, by the way. 5-minute rule is in effect. I'll let you go a little over, especially if I'm talking over your call. But I want to keep the calls tight because we do got some people calling in, all right? So next caller get this next call on the line. And to keep the calls coming, 646-995-8389.
What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, man? Ron out of Baltimore, man. Talk to me, brother.
Oh man, you're always there for me when I need you.
Yes, we can have a conversation. This game was crazy.
Yeah.
We know we hate losing to a team like Boston, arch rival for a whole bunch of years. This was our 500th game against them in the regular season.
Yeah.
So
It was
yeah,
painful.
I mean, what about this game troubled you the most? What about this game troubled you the most? Because a lot troubled me, but I'm curious to know because you have a great eye for the game.
Well, I just didn't think we were connected on defense, and I don't think we adjusted. I would say defense was to me the biggest problem with the game. I'll say start there.
Right.
I just thought we let defensively they were setting those ball screens so high up, like literally
Yes.
like close to half court. Like they were
Mm-hmm.
a lot of teams set the ball screen at the 3-point line. I thought they made a point of emphasis to set those even higher. And I think they hunted Brunson, and like some of it
Yes.
you have to live with. And I thought it was a bad strategy. I mean, I get it, you're trying to do things, but and get the ball out of Jalen Brown's hands, but he was so hot. But
Yeah.
you can't just give up open threes like that. They spaced the court very well. And I just don't think they were connected. I don't think they talked well enough. I don't think Brunson, look, we know what Brunson's limitations are defensively, but
Right.
I don't even feel like he was in the right position on some of the ISOs where he was contesting, competing. You'll at least
Yeah.
get a hard contest from Brunson at times. I just
Right.
felt like it was really bad. Like it was bad. So that was alarming that we were not connected defensively. Um, I thought this was one of Mitchell Robinson's worst games. That's just my
Yes.
opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I felt no impact. Not just the missed free throws. We know Mitch is going to miss free throws.
Right.
They went to the hack of Mitch, but Mitchell Robinson in certain matchups, not against everybody, because he's very valuable against certain teams, but
Right.
certain matchups, he really doesn't provide much. And I felt like he was kind of lost out there. I don't think he was setting good screens at all. And I
Nope.
just didn't think you know, I think he kind of just was lost.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what more to say about that. But
Yep.
um, this was not. We got nothing from the bench tonight. Jordan Clarkson. This was not Jordan Clarkson has had a lot of good games. This was not one of them. Um, so yeah, the bench gave us nothing. That was alarming.
Nothing. Yeah.
Um, Again, Brunson's allowed to have a bad shooting game. I mean, the reason why everybody's going to be talking about it is because he always has great games. I mean, he's just
Right.
like
It's rare.
it's
It's rare.
rare. It's rare.
Right.
It's rare.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Boston's a good defensive team, and you're not gonna. I don't expect Brunson even against a good defensive team to play like that badly and shoot that badly, but I'm not bothered by that as much as I just don't think he gave any chance on D. It wasn't just him, but I thought he was
Right.
awful. And I also don't think Brunson made the greatest reads. I thought he
Mm-hmm.
could have gotten. He's the point guard, so he has the
Yeah.
ball in his hands, and I don't think he. Yes, he passed it at times, but I think he kind of got stuck in a lot of situations where he was off balance. I think that's a good word for Brunson. You know how Brunson usually he's in control and on balance. I don't think Brunson was on balance, and I give Boston some
Right.
credit. Um, and then
Yeah.
one of the things I want to say is yes. I want to get your opinion on this. If you agree or
Okay.
disagree with me, Mikhail. So you look at the box score, and obviously his fourth quarter, Mikhail was great. The numbers wise, it looks amazing. He was shooting the
Yes.
ball with confidence, and the catch and shoot threes looked I mean, he shot what 8 for 12 from three.
Yep. Yep.
Amazing. Okay, I'm not taking
Amazing.
anything away from Mikhail, but you may think this is crazy, and you could tell me, Ron, no, I don't know what the heck you just watched, but I thought there were times still in that game. Some of it maybe you got to blame Brunson too because he has the ball in his hands. But I thought there were times, maybe early on in that game, where I thought Mikal could have been even more aggressive to get closer
Yeah.
to. Is that fair, or do
No.
you think that's
You
crazy?
you're right. But here's the thing. Mikel, he's like a real fourth option. Like I think that's what he's become,
Hmm.
and I feel like he's content there because he'll have second halves like this where he's just getting this shot off, but then he doesn't demand the ball. He doesn't look to engage much on offense. And he's willing to pay the sidekick role, and I think that's part of the problem. And remember, we don't really have a play call set. Everything is read and react. So you can find yourself lost in the sauce if you're not aggressive or if you're not calling for the ball, if you're not putting yourself in position to get the ball, because that's what you're going to need to do on this team where they got so much scoring.
Yeah.
You can get lost at times, and I agree. I think you're on the money with that.
I mean, yes, it's read and react, but like you're right, he can get lost, and that happened a lot last year. But like I felt like
Right.
for most of this season, when he's had the ball in his hands in the half court, obviously when he can push pace, and he's a fast player, which is why he's good in the system. But even in the half court, I thought Bridges has at times done a good job of getting into the paint better. And
Right.
I'm not saying he's the greatest passer, but his mid-range game is good. But like I thought tonight when he caught the ball on the perimeter at times, I just felt like he passed it up right away back to
Yeah.
Brunson. And
Yeah.
and I'm not saying to hog it. I'm just saying it can't just be Jalen Brunson attacking the rim. Like Deuce did it a little bit tonight, but like OG's out. Okay, Cat was okay. I'm not gonna kill Cat. I thought there were things that Cat bothered me tonight about Cat that drove you
Yes.
nuts, but let's face it. You need Bridges to get at least attack the paint more. It can't just be Brunson attacking everything. It can't.
Right.
You can't win like that. You need another guy to get into that paint. Um, so maybe I'll go back and watch it if I'm being fair to Mikal. And Mikal had a great game. He shot the ball very well. He was in rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
His catch and shoot game was incredible tonight. I'm just strictly talking about catching the ball in the perimeter, getting it and going with your dribble into that paint more. I
Yeah.
thought that could have been helpful tonight especially when Brunson really didn't have it in throughout the game. I'll just say that.
Right. No,
Um,
and you're on the money, but that's what Josh Hart was giving us. I thought
mhm.
Josh Hart had a good first half this game, but then in the second half, that's when it kind of, and it wasn't just him. It was like everybody. I feel like, but here's the thing that stood out to me was the refs complaining to the refs
Yes,
overly and letting it get to a point where it took them out of their game. Like Towns had this crazy frustration foul he did in
yes.
the first half, and Brown sat him down for the rest of the half, and I'm like, damn, if we had a little bit more self discipline and control, maybe we would have been a little bit better. Like in certain situations, like there was a travel that the ref called on Towns, and
hmm
I feel like the reason why the ref called that travel is because
He was
Towns was in the
complaining.
ref's face, right? And
Yeah,
so
he's bad
it's
about
the
that.
end.
There's no doubt.
He's definitely bad. But I got this one last question I want to ask you.
Yes.
Because you said a lot of good stuff. I let you rock because Ron, you always have good takes, and
Well,
you're not crazy. Don't ever say you're
hey,
crazy.
hey, I'm just telling you, look, I don't have, I just try to give you, I'm watching the game and I'm just, look,
Right,
I think there's certain things I'm right about and there's certain things I ask you back to make sure I'm verifying what I saw on the court. But I also want to be
right.
fair. Mikal had a great game. Like, I'm not going to
Yeah,
kill,
no,
like,
no, you're
Mikal
not.
played well.
No, you're actually complimenting Mikel because you think he should be more aggressive. That's all you're really saying.
Yeah, I thought he
It's not
could
a
have.
knock.
I thought he could have
Right,
even like helped us even more. That's how much I
right,
think of Mikal. But ask your
right.
question. I'm sorry.
So right now in the Eastern Conference against 500 and above teams, we are 3-7, right? So I have a question.
Wait,
Are
we're
we
three and
really?
seven. We're 3-7 against teams above 500 in the East.
Yep, 500 and
Okay.
above. Yep,
Okay.
3-7. Okay.
hmm
Now, in your opinion, are we the best team in the Eastern Conference
Right now,
right now?
I mean, why are you gonna ask me that right now? Why do you have to do that to me?
Even if we would have won the game, I was going to ask the question
I
because I was
mean,
going to go back to the
also,
record.
am I assuming we're fully healthy? Everyone's fully healthy, like a fully healthy team.
Well, you know what though? Here's the problem with the health, and I keep telling Yuri this
hmm
because he keeps talking about, oh, we needed OG. I said, well, Boston could have used Tatum. Every team has injuries, so I don't even care about the injury excuse right now. To me,
Okay.
is no excuse to not win a game, especially a game when you were up big.
hmm
We got to do a better job at maintaining the lead. Usually, and they said this on the MSG telecast. This is one of the stats I keep track of as well. When anytime we head into the second quarter with a league, we were 7-1. So
Yeah, I mean,
you
like,
know,
I like assuming I have OG and like assuming the question is I have the team that I expected to have like
yeah,
going
okay.
into the.
I give you the team. I give you the team. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think I still believe this current team is good enough to make the finals. I still
Okay.
believe that. I don't know if we are good enough to win it. Which is why actually before I sign off here, I have a question to you about Giannis, um,
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
but
Shoot. And then,
I still believe in this Knicks team. I mean, Detroit's playing really well. I don't want to snuff at
yeah.
what Detroit's been doing. You got to give them respect, but I still we could have lost to Detroit last year, but we beat them. So um,
Right.
I still we're right there, but I think it's still wide open. I don't think we can say we're definitely the favorites. I think there's a bunch of
hmm
teams that could get there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's
Um,
a fair take. That's a fair take.
but here's my question on Giannis. So you know how the whole talk was they were going to revisit it after the season, and now with Milwaukee losing as much as they've been losing, now there's talk that
Mm-hmm.
Giannis could be open for business come the trade deadline.
Oh
My question
yes.
to you, my whole thing is I think this is good for what happened to New York. Not good that we lost, but like I need more data to see. I want to see the Knicks play against the best teams in the NBA before the deadline so I can
Right.
get some more information. But my whole thing is the only way I see Giannis coming to the Knicks is number one, he has to publicly request a trade only to New York. I know Shams reported he
Yes.
only wants to play for the Knicks, but he has to publicly come out and say that, force the hand saying he won't re-sign with any other team. Um, so basically we need to like that's he basically needs to handicap the situation and get to New York. And my whole thing is I don't think Leon is going to trade. I don't think the Bucks want Cat. I don't think they want Cat. I don't think Cat really helps the Bucks. Maybe they could flip Cat, but um, they got Miles Turner. I don't think I know Cat the money works with Cat, but
Right.
I think a trade that would work for the Knicks. I don't know why the Bucks would do that. Again, the only reason the Bucks would do this is they don't want to lose Giannis for nothing, and he's forced. Again, this would only work if Giannis says, "I'm going to the Knicks. I'm not re-signing with any other team. You better trade me to the
Right.
Knicks." Is OG, Mitch, Dottier, and whatever first round picks we have left and any pick swaps, would you do that deal for Giannis?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I know you're not a channel member. The channel members know this.
Okay.
Um, I have a video. I have multiple videos talk about Giannis.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say this phrase. I'm willing to trade anyone, but not everyone. Anyone can go for Giannis. Listen, that's where I'm at. I'm a Knicks fan. I want to win the
Okay.
championship. I did content on this talking about how no team since 1958 has won the championship without an All NBA first team caliber player or MVP. No
Hmm.
team has done it. Only the Detroit Pistons did it in 2004. Right? Every other team you need. So Giannis is that he to me would be that missing piece unless Jalen Brunson continues to up his game and he gets to that first team level. But you don't have it in history. So what we're trying to do is something that's a rare feat. So if I have the opportunity to get a guy that has 7 straight All NBA first teams, a Finals MVP, and an MVP, yeah, I think we got to trade for that guy because we don't have nothing like that on our team.
I mean,
So the
I think this
notion
current,
that
yeah.
last line, the notion that we got guys that are untouchable, I say guess again. That's just my take. When you
Hmm.
wanted my take, I'm just, I didn't want to go there, but you asked.
So yeah, you're on
Yeah,
board. You're on board. I mean, like,
I'm 100,000% on board.
I think you have to be because at the end of the day, it's about winning the title, not just making the finals. And OKC is really,
Facts.
really good. Like they're really, really good. And you have to ask yourself, do you really believe? And again, I still want to see, the good news is we have 2 months about to see against I want to see us against the elite teams. We'll play OKC. We'll play some of these teams. We'll play Detroit. I just want to see more of this team. But
Mm-hmm.
in
Right.
my opinion, as much as would hate to lose OG, yes, I would trade OG. I would trade Mitch. Mitch, we may lose anyway. Like at
Mm-hmm.
that's part of the Mitch analysis. And Mitch is not a perfect player. Provides
No.
value, but he's not a perfect player.
Right.
Um, we don't have a lot of first round picks. I don't know how many we could give Milwaukee. Probably not a lot, but we have pick swaps. And again, why would Milwaukee do this? Obviously they could get better packages than that, but again, the
It's
only way
Giannis.
it's Giannis saying, "I want to go to New York.
I want to go.
I'm not
Yep.
re-signing anywhere. I'm not playing
Yep.
anywhere. I'll sit out." And that's the
Exactly.
only way I
Bingo.
think a package that the Knicks doesn't handicap giving everyone away. Now, if they ask for OG Bridges or something like that, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I really don't want to have to do that. Like, I don't want to have to give both of them away.
Yeah, that's why I say my motto is anyone, not everyone. And I
Yes.
don't think it would take as much as you guys think. And I also remember there's multiple team deals because Milwaukee, they're
Hmm.
not an apron team. So
Okay.
there's a lot of flexibility that can happen in a deal. And, you can get picks from other teams. Trust me, it's been done. We've seen this happen. There may be another team that may be willing to take Towns, for example, right?
Yeah.
Not to single him out. But I'm just saying that
I'm just trying to
when there's
figure
a
out a
will,
way for
there's a
the
way.
Knicks to win the title and beat OKC with some of these
Right.
pieces, and I'm trying to figure that out, and I have 2 months to figure it out. But
Let's see.
I
It's
still
early.
think this current Knicks team is good enough to make the finals. But tonight was bad. I'm proud of Mikal. I'm proud of the fight. They at least fought. They came back.
Right.
There were stretches I liked, stretches I didn't. But give Boston credit. You have to give
Right.
Boston some credit tonight. But we'll be back, man. Hang in there.
We'll be back. 100%. Yeah, 100%. All right, brother. Thank you, man, for calling, man. Salute.
You
That's Ron.
Peace.
That's my man Ron from Baltimore, man. Salute to him. He always give a great call. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep the calls tighter, but he always has great content, man. Definitely smash that like button on the way. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit that bell icon. And if you are a subscriber, consider joining the channel. Salute to my man Mark in the building, New Day Entertainment. I see you. I definitely will be coming up to Westchester soon. He said, no, too much for Giannis. Listen, man. If Giannis says he wants to come to the Knicks, the deal is happening, and it won't be for as many pieces as you think it will be for. I'm gonna get back to the calls 646-995-8389. If I miss your call, I will call back. Couple of things I want to say. The reason why I'm asking about this Eastern Conference, are we the best team in the Eastern Conference? Right now, we are 3-7 against the 500 and above teams in the Eastern Conference. We are 1-7 on the road. We have no wins in the Eastern Conference on the road. Our only win comes from, I believe it was Dallas, when we barely beat Dallas. This team clearly has issues on the road. Let me just fact check myself as I look into my own 82 Nights journal. All right. I think Dallas is the only. Oh, no, I forgot. Yeah, we beat Charlotte. We beat Brooklyn. But we can't beat the 500 and above teams. We can't. You see how like Brooklyn and Charlotte that's just not even in my mind. Like I don't even want to count those games, but they do count. So those are sub 500 teams. So we do got some road wins on the East, but none against the elite teams. And this was the game for me tonight for me to see us do that, and we dropped the ball in classic Knick fashion. So that road, man, I was gonna do a smoke of the week on a couple of people talking about us on the road, but this was early. I'm like, it's early, but clearly there are some issues with this team on the road. Let me get this next call on the line. Keep the calls coming, 646-995-8389. What's going on, Yuri, man? Knicks Tape Madness Discord server, channel member of mine. Talk to me, Yuri.
Tough loss happens, but I'm starting to see a trend with the Knicks. Starting to see a trend.
Okay.
10-1 at home. Love having home court advantage.
Right.
And I'm glad the Knicks are taking that seriously. Big improvement from last season.
Right.
But there was something about Tom Thibodeau teams. They were so good on the road.
Yeah.
Last season.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And since we lost that part of Tibbs, we moved off of Tibbs, right?
Mm-hmm.
It feels like we lost that grit. Now,
okay,
they could be adjusting to a new coach, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is that bad loss tonight. They're going to get it to get on the road. I'm not worried about the whole road narrative.
You're not worried about the road now? You sure?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not worried about the road narrative.
Okay.
And let's be honest,
I mean, it's early. It's still early. To give you credence to what you're saying, it's still early. So I wouldn't be worried about anything right now, to be honest. It's too early to be worried. Right.
Not really worried about it. I'm going to give credence to Mike Brown since he's still adjusting. And Mike Brown actually talked about, the spacing with the small ball lineups. He wants the Knicks to adjust to the spacing when he has the small guard lineup. He actually
which guard lineup are you talking about?
The 3-guard lineup that he had out tonight.
The point guards?
Yeah.
Or the regular lineup with Deuce and Brunson and Hart?
The point guards. Oh, he wants to space the floor. That's why he wants it out there.
Yuri, do you want to see me flip my lid tonight, man?
No, not really.
Because listen, by the way, last year, y'all, if y'all want to know, because this is why I journal, this is why y'all need to get that 82 nights. Last year, on the road to start the season, just to give Yuri some credence to what he was saying, we were 6-6 last year.
On the road.
In the first 20 games on the road.
In the first 20 games this year, we're 3-6.
We're 3-6, yeah.
I'm not really worried about the road differential. I'm not really worried about it. Just defend home court. That's all I care about. You know what I mean?
You better hope you get a high seed, so that way you could just only worry about. Because if you get a 5th seed, you're gonna get bumped because you can't win on the road. So you better get a high seed.
Team in the East. Take the record out the window against plus 500 teams, right? In the East.
You're gonna take that out the window. The fact that you're 3-7 against 500 and above teams in the East, and you didn't play.
Why the hell do I gotta? Why?
But you didn't beat Detroit yet, right? There's some teams you didn't even play yet. You still didn't beat Orlando, right? They blew you out twice, smoked you. So I hear what you're saying, because we could easily turn it around. Like if we go like, okay, so who we got next on the road? We got Toronto again on the road in the Cup game in Vegas, right? So if we get that win, okay, boom, that'll help. Then we don't got a lot of Eastern Conference road games.
And I hope we get OG, and like your boy Ron said, health wise, right?
Okay.
I can't really judge this team if we're the best in the East.
Okay.
Just to give credence to that. Again.
Yeah.
I'm not really going to blame the coach.
Mm-hmm.
I blame the players a lot, especially when they complained in the second quarter to the refs.
Yeah. Yeah, that was wild.
That's the one. I get it, calls were not going your way, but you can't let that get to you. And Mike Brown even said in a pre-game press conference, he's like, I got these guys, they got to stop complaining to the refs. And I'm pretty sure he says it to them every night.
Yeah. 100%.
There was a prima donna effect that the Knicks had when Tibbs was here. Right? It's a prima donna effect. When Tibbs was here, they always complained with the calls to the refs. And now I feel like when Mike Brown is the coach, it's calmed down a little bit, but they still do it. You can't let the refs dictate the game.
Right. And that's what they did tonight, like that travel on Towns. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have called that.
Yeah, no, that's because the refs don't respect Towns.
Yeah.
Obviously. And that's Towns' fault, if you want me to be honest with you. I'm not going to defend Towns on that. You got to stop complaining.
Yep. All he had to do was just do what he did in the second half, just get buckets down low, and then eventually they'll call a foul.
Listen, give credit
just
to Boston.
Keep hooping.
They wanted this win after we blew them out in MSG badly. We became a third quarter team, Karan. Now we gave up the second quarters. This team up and down, I'm not
the first quarter we were 7-1 when leading after the first quarter. And
this is the first loss, right?
No, this is 7-1. So now we're 7-2. When leading,
record regardless.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not really worried about it. They played a great game. They fought till the end. You know what I mean? I want Giannis. You know what, Karan? I'm going to say it. I want Giannis as well.
I think we all want Giannis. I think a lot of the people, like in the chat, they don't believe we can get Giannis.
We can get Giannis.
We're so used to. But Yuri, here's what it is, though. You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you. Especially long-time Knicks fans, we're so used to. You're not a long-time Knicks. You're young. I'm talking about guys that go back to the.
2010. Come on.
Nah, I'm talking about you 90s, right?
I'm saying 90s, no. I was a baby.
Yeah. So I'm saying, here's the thing, right? I feel like we're so used to not getting those type of players that we can't even envision a world.
That type of player.
Right. And now this is the best chance we've had since probably the Shaq rumors that came out in the 90s. But this is our best chance to get a player of this caliber. And a lot of you guys are talking about, it's going to be too many players. And I'm like, dude, Did the Lakers have to give up too many picks? The Lakers are going to show y'all how to win a championship because next year they're going to get another star player.
Anthony type of trade when we trade away half the team for him. That was a different era, though.
Well, I mean, they had to do what they had to do to get Melo because the money. I don't think they would have had enough money to sign Melo the next season, right?
I will
the
tell
money
you
that
one
he
thing, though.
he wound up signing for. So the logic that he could have waited till the summer to get him, there's no guarantees. And then what happens if the Lakers didn't come or some other team didn't come and say, hey, yo, Melo, yo, we got this going. I know you want to go to New York. So it's no guarantees.
With 5-3 without OG, that's really good. If you want me to be super honest with you, yes. Have you been beaten bum teams? Absolutely.
No, we haven't been beaten by bum teams yet. We are undefeated. We're undefeated against sub 500 teams. That's one thing about this Knicks team. This Knicks team. That's why tomorrow I'm not worried. Tomorrow we're gonna blow Charlotte out, 100%. I'm not even worried. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Come on, we saw back-to-backs. Come on.
No, it don't matter. I got the record on back-to-backs. Hold on, you want the record on back-to-backs?
Yeah, so tell me the record on back-to-backs. I just wanted to ask you about that the other day. What's our record?
Hold on, I got it for you. So the record on back-to-backs right now, as it stands, we're 3-1. So we've been doing a great job on back-to-backs.
Who was the loss to?
The loss was to Orlando, the team that has our number.
Okay, so the
and speaking on that, right? Here's another thing too. Like we struggle at guarding them big wings. Jaylen Brown, if they could go downhill, that's our Achilles heel right now.
So you know how you fix that? You got to get OG back. Got to get OG.
Remember that the Orlando game, OG was there. Yeah.
And
we got smoked. So that's why I don't really care about the player excuse because they don't got Paolo. So like if you want to use the injury excuse, you just got to realize that every team has key injury. Like there's not one team that's completely healthy. Like OKC just got Jalen Williams back. OKC was blowing out teams without Jalen Williams.
I agree with you.
So yeah, that's why and also another reason why I don't use the injury excuse because they never give the Knicks that excuse. They never give it to the Knicks. So I'm not giving nobody the excuse. I'm not giving Detroit. I'm not giving none of these guys the excuse. A win is a win. Let's just keep that same energy throughout. I want to keep the same energy throughout. The Knicks don't never get no passes. No one cares if Julius Randle dislocates his shoulder and that's why you lost. No one cares about that. They only care about the end result.
I like the way you think. I gotta respect you for that one. Straight up.
Yeah, so that's why I was the same way, Yuri. I was like, oh, but injuries. Then last year I tried to take away Cleveland's wins, but then they said a win is a win. So that's why I'm like, a win is a win. So I don't care if I'm
savage for that one, but I agree 100%.
No, a win. No, look. Well, hold on. Our record against sub 500 teams right now is.
What is our record against 500 teams? That's what I want to know.
Hold on. Our record against sub 500 teams is 9-0 right now. I'm taking it. A win is a win. We're 9-0 against sub 5. I'm taking it. A win is a win.
Mine is being 2-7 against East 500 teams, which I expect that to get rounded out as time goes on.
Right, 4-7 overall against 500 and above teams.
That's not bad.
If you want to count the West Coast.
That's not bad. I'm counting the West Coast. 4-7. That's not bad. That's not bad.
It's not bad to start. Huh? It's not bad to start. It could be better, but it's not something that you can't overcome. You see what I'm saying? Like they can win the next 3 games against above 500 teams, and now you're 500. So it's still too early to worry.
I will tell you though, and I talked about this when Knicks 25-26 before I hopped on here. Probably listening to the combo right now as we speak. I think if you're the Knicks and we want to talk about all this load management bull crap of Mitchell Robinson.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there tonight. Don't be surprised if when the trade deadline comes on December 15th, Mitchell Robinson's out of here. Even my Knicks people like J-Tab.
Oh man, you open up the can of worms. You open up that can of worms?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, hey. You're a channel member. Do what you could do whatever you want. You're a channel member. Go ahead.
I'm opening them for a good friggin' reason too. This was the sacrifice loss tonight because Mike Brown did not want to put Mitch in. Straight up. He sacrificed a win so we can keep Mitch healthy. I'm sorry, if we're sacrificing wins, Get him out of here. Straight up.
I agree, because it's like, what are you saving him for? Like,
that's not Mike Brown's fault, by the way. That's not. He's just
no, because he's doing what he's been told. But remember, I put up an article to stir up the pot in the Discord server. By the way, y'all need to subscribe so y'all can get in that Discord server, because we be having some really good conversations, and I be dropping some good articles in there. I dropped an article in there today talking about how bad the Knicks are at protecting the rim. And it's funny, you've seen it in the Celtics game, how terrible we are at protecting the rim. But the excuse last year was, oh, we didn't have Mitchell Robinson.
But now even
we didn't have Mitch.
We are even bad with protecting the rim.
So that's why I put Knicks will be champs in the trick bag when I said, well, if Mitchell Robinson's 17 minutes a game is not enough to give you the defense you need, wouldn't that mean that his defense is not effective in helping us protect the paint in his 17 minutes of play?
I'll be the guy to say everyone wants to be out about Cat's defense, right? Meanwhile, Mitch was 10 times worse than Cat tonight.
I'm just saying, but Yuri, he's supposed to be the paint protector, and we still getting smoked, and he's playing 17 minutes a night. The point that I'm trying to convey is that Mitchell Robinson is not giving us enough, so we're holding on to him for what? Like you said, for the hopes that he's going to be healthy. There's no guarantee that when you ramp Mitchell Robinson's minutes up, he's going to be good to go.
For God's sakes.
No guarantees.
He can get injured playing 15 minutes a night, for God's sake.
You could get injured at any point in the game. So it's like, what are we holding on to him for? We clearly need him now, especially in the Orlando games. Like, our record could be way better right now had this brother played more minutes. We talk about double big lineup. I want to see the double big lineup to begin the second quarter and the fourth quarter.
Like this
whole
politics.
You can't run no hacker match. Hacker Mitch, because the Celtics showing you they're gonna run it.
Right.
They showing you they're gonna run it.
This whole politics with keeping Mitch healthy. I'm about sick of it. I really am.
I agree, because now it's hurting the team, and I'm not gonna say it hurt us as much tonight as it did the other games, but I feel like in that Orlando game we could have used it 100%.
It's hurting us so much.
Yeah,
it's hurting us big time. Everyone wants to say, "Oh, trade Cat for Giannis, trade Cat for Giannis." Meanwhile, Mitch is literally giving us 17 minutes a night, and he's not even a shell of himself. Forget about the plus minus BS, for God's sakes, for a half a minute. I watched that game when Mitch was in. Mitch didn't look like himself. Now you could say, "Oh, it's the conditioning and stuff like that," but I don't.
No, there's no conditioning now. He played like 12 games. There's no conditioning. You can't play 12, 13 games to talk about conditioning. When I play basketball after a long layoff, like when I first play again, I'm going to be winded and look crazy. By the time I get to the third day I'm out there, I'm going to be back to my old self. Like, what is this? You can't get no excuse. You're a professional athlete, dog. You played 13 games. I cannot give you the conditioning excuse. You want to give me the load management excuse? Fine. But, yeah, I'm just saying. I didn't want to dump on Mitch tonight, but because it's not his fault. It's not one person's fault why we lost, right? I thought that, they should play the double big lineup in the beginning of the second quarter, in the beginning of the fourth quarter.
But Mike Brown recognizes that the double lineup is not sustainable, so he goes with the small guard lineups, which is even worse. And
that 3-point guard lineup, Yuri, has to be retired, bro. If I see Deuce with Kolek, Brunson, or whoever the other little guard is, if I see that combination again, I'm going to flip my lid. It does not work, especially against a team like Boston who actually mismatch fine.
It can't work.
I watch so much Boston basketball, bro. It's like I'm a damn Celtic fan. I can tell you everything they're going to run. Like when Ron was talking about that high pick and roll, they love to run high pick and roll. And the way they're using Jaylen Brown this year is kind of like a hybrid Jason Tatum role he has. He's doing a lot more ball handling. He just doesn't take the crazy little fadeaways from 25 feet out.
Anymore.
But he's always looking. Yeah, he's there. Anytime, I'm gonna show y'all the Jaylen Brown blueprint. So next time you watch him, just remember what I told y'all.
Listen, I'm not really worried.
Anytime Jaylen Brown's gonna be guarded by somebody smaller than him, he's going to go downhill.
Listen,
he probably won't even use the screen. But when Jaylen Brown, really quick, when Jaylen Brown has somebody bigger than him on him, his size are bigger, He's going to look for that screen.
Listen, I'm not really worried about the
every
Knicks
single time.
This loss tonight. Am I pissed we lost to Boston? Absolutely. Do I expect us to win tonight against the Hornets? Oh, absolutely. We better win against the Hornets. Also, I'm gonna
listen. If we lose tomorrow, I'm doing a call-up show. I'm just letting y'all know. If we lose tomorrow, I'm doing the call-up show. 100%.
So it's a venting call-up show, as you call it.
Oh, it's gonna be. Oh man, you think that? Listen, you think that I'm flipping my lid now? If we lose tomorrow, because I don't think we're gonna lose tomorrow, so we're not gonna be doing it. We're not losing to Charlotte. They only got, honestly, Charlotte has one matchup that concerns me, and this is with every team that we play, that power forward matchup. If you got a power forward that is nice, like a Julius Randle type of dude, I'm a little concerned because we don't have nobody to guard him. I'm going to keep it real. We have nobody to guard Miles Bridges. With OG not there.
When does the trade deadline open? December 15th?
Well, December 15th, what happens, the guys who are free agents, they become available for trade, the ones that were signed over the summer. And then some are January 15th because it's 3 months after you sign. So depending on when you sign, that's when you become available. So that's why everybody's waiting for December 15th, because now guys like Yabu, Jordan Clarkson, they can be traded. So that's what makes December 15th.
So that's how it goes. Got it.
Very important. And I wouldn't be surprised if Yabu gets traded at this rate, at this point and at this rate, because he has a player option. And, the NBA is all about business. You see what I'm saying? And if Yabu is getting, let me show you, let me put this on the screen. If Yabu is going to get 8 minutes a night with 1 point and 2 rebounds, he's out of here. Guaranteed. There's no way Leon Rose is going to hold on to this, because more than likely he will opt into his contract because it's a bag. And with numbers like this, he won't get paid. Now, here's the problem. I'm telling y'all right now, if Yabu goes to the right team, he will come back to haunt you. So also keep that in the back of your mind. He was averaging 12 and 7 or 6 last year for the Sixers in 27 minutes. This 8 minute right here, 8 minutes is not going to get it done, bro. It's not going to get it done. So he'll probably be up out of here 100%. Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to keep an eye on December 15th for sure. I don't think
100%
trade on that day, though.
100%, man. But yo, what's your last thoughts on this game,
My
man?
last thought on this is this: Knick Nation, hold the peace. You're still above 500. Things are going to turn around. They're looking good in Mike Brown's system. The defense has got to be cleaned up. Once OG is back, we just got word that he's doing 3-on-3 controlled contact. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Once OG comes back, because come on, I'm going to be one of those guys. I know you say no excuses to injuries, and I respect that. I respect it too. I held to your standard. I have to judge his team when they're fully healthy. That's why I'm not including Shamit. I have to judge his team when OG comes
But then
back.
you're not fully healthy, because Shamit is a very important piece. It's a very important piece. That's why I'd rather judge the team by the numbers over a period of time. And we got a Knicks in 10 show that I'm doing on Thursday. It's going to be a very interesting show. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in the morning or I'm going to do it at night, but I will do a Knicks in 10 show on Thursday.
All demons at night, apparently, from what I know.
You guys, I got to check what Thursday night is looking like. I don't mind doing it at night because, my son is asleep. I mean, Maxine's still up, but she's doing what she's doing.
One thing I will say, though, before I leave, JB had a bad game tonight. I don't expect JB to have a bad game tonight.
No, he's going to kill the Hornets. The Hornets ain't got no defense, dog. They don't got no defense. You can walk to the basket, give whatever shot you want. That tomorrow is going to look like, oh my God. Oh, here's another thing too. On the way out, Yuri, we had a 40-point quarter and we lost.
That's another thing.
That's bad. I gotta check what our record is. I'm gonna have that for y'all on the Knicks in 10 show. I gotta see what our record is when we get 40 points. It's something I have. I just never. I didn't track it, but I could easily find it.
The Knicks don't want to be in that second apron going forward, so I'm not going to be surprised if trades happen.
Well, we're not in the second apron right now. We're hard capped we're hard capped, so we can't enter the second apron, right? Right this year. So that would be for next season. Next season we will see will we cross that bridge. But I got to do another unfiltered thought. I got to do at least 2 unfiltered thoughts tonight because the last one I did, there's some things to update. And then another thing about the Giannis trade that it makes it a little more difficult that I think I need to address. But yeah, man, Yuri, man, thank you for calling, Yuri. I appreciate you, man.
No problem.
I see you in the Discord. Oh, and by the way, Yuri, if you're still listening, I forgot to tell him your journal is on the way. It should be to you by the top of next week, hopefully. What's that? The 8th, 9th, 10th, like around that time. All right. Salute to the chat. Definitely keep the calls coming. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion, or forever hold your peace. The chat is interested in that Brunson McBride Coley lineup is awful. Facts. Yo, New Day Entertainment. That lineup is so bad that when you're going up against teams that are smart and know how to manipulate matchups, to quote Wiley Zerbiak, he says something that at halftime, everything that I was thinking, I'm looking at my notes, I'm like, damn, does this dude Wiley have the same notes that I have? By the way, of course, I'm writing out of my 82 Nights journal. But he said exactly what Boston likes to do. They like to control and manipulate matchups, forcing mismatches, right? That's how Boston plays. Very old school, is the one, traditional thing they do besides jacking up all them damn threes. And I said this too in the Discord server. We lucky that Boston wasn't hitting their threes at a high clip because we would have got blown out by 30. It took a 41-point fourth quarter to make it a respectable looking game. Look at this. It took a 41. How many of you guys even realize we had 41 points in the fourth quarter? It took a 41-point fourth quarter to make the game look respectable. So now when I'm logging this in my journal, I'm gonna mark this down as a close game instead of a blowout, which it should have probably been. But there's a lot of elements to this game. I will record a short video after this, breaking down a lot of the other elements. I feel like Brunson, he definitely let us down because we really needed the Brunson 4.0 tonight. And yeah, he did get the 11 assists. Yeah, we need more because I feel like something mentally was off with Brunson tonight. I think that was the mental. New Day Entertainment says he has to get my journal. Yeah, yo, New Day, put your order in. And matter of fact, because I'm going to be there on the 10th. That's the Wednesday. So if you put your order in, I can have it for you by then on the 10th. Jose said Boston hit some tough 3-pointers tonight. And that Walsh dude out hustled the Knicks in the fourth. Facts. And Boston wanted it more tonight than us. Usually we're stronger on the glass. We were averaging around 48 rebounds a game. We only had 34 rebounds. That's a minus 14. Salute to MSG. To you, those of you guys that watched this game on NBC and you had access to MSG, shame on you. Those guys dropped so much jewels. That's why I like watching MSG. I swear to God, it's like, because I'm journaling and I'm taking so much notes and I keep track of stats, right? So I'm looking at it. Boston is not a good rebounding team. They're not at all. And just to show you, they had 38 rebounds, right? They kept us off the glass. They said the same thing on MSG. Rebounding is going to be a key. You have to crash the glass against a team like this. This is why in the beginning of the second quarter, instead of playing all them damn guards, they should have went with the double big lineup. Just to crash the glass and to avoid the hacker Mitch. But he did it in the fourth quarter, which is the reason why they came back. Because now they started protecting the paint and cracking down on the glass, even though it was too little too late. But I feel like that needs to be the rotation going forward. Double big lineup only plays started, but I do think that, in certain matchups, you should play it more. And definitely second quarter, fourth quarter. That'll prevent the hacker Mitch. because now teams are not going to start fouling you early in the quarter. They don't want to be in the penalty for the whole quarter. But when you bring Mitchell Robinson in at that 6 to 5 minute mark, now they already got 3 team fouls. So boom, let's just foul him. Every time he gets the offensive rebound, I'm going to foul him. Simple. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. And by the way, New Day, when you put your order, remember you get the additional 22% off with the member code. So all you gotta do is go to the membership tab, Mark. All right, when you're putting in your order. Jose says Boston hit some tough 3-pointers tonight, and that Walsh dude, I'll hustle. Oh yeah, I just read that. Let me see. New Day said the Brunson. Yeah, okay, I read that. Keep the calls coming. 646-995-8389. There's a lot of elements to this game. Trying to think of anything else I want to touch on that I noticed. Could you believe this is the 500th game between the Boston Celtics and the Knicks? That's crazy, yo. 500 games, yo. I don't know the record. I gotta find the record. I gotta find that record. I'm gonna find it. I want to know who won most of the matches. I'm pretty sure it's Boston. Cut the suspense out. First quarter, we put up 32 points. The Boston Celtics went 1 of 9 from 3. They shot so terrible in the first half. That's what really kept this. That's another thing that kept this game honest. If Boston would have shot their I'm not going to say normal, because I don't think Boston was the most efficient team from shooting threes, but they were more efficient than what they're shooting now. But this 13 for 40 is we are lucky. Because had it been a 18 for 45, a 20 for 52, man, we would have got smoked 100%. And ironically, it was our 3 ball that kept us in the game, right? It's kind of like we swapped places with the Celtics. And now we're the 3-point shooting team, and we shot 43% from 3. This is actually a rare loss, too, because let me go to my journal. Anytime, by the way, I'm in the 82 Nights Club, which, by the way, if you have your journal now, the 82 Nights Club will be opened this weekend. I should have it up and running so you guys will be able to see all the stats, all the cool add-ons, all the cheat codes, all that good stuff. It'll be available this weekend. But because I'm in there now. So anytime the Knicks shoot 40% from 3 or better, their record is 7-1. So coming into this game, they were 7-1 when they shot the lights out. Today, not good enough. We get a rare loss, right? And you know, this game, this is why I put in the Discord. I was like, yo, if the Knicks were to come back to win this game, this would have really showed me a lot, because I think the biggest stat right now is the fact that against 500 and above teams, we are 3-7 against 500 above teams in the Eastern Conference. This was a chance to get a win and make that look a little bit better. You know, instead of being 3-7, 4-6, still sub 500, but it's right there near enough to 500 to make it look decent. Because then you would have had Toronto coming, right? And that's a big game. I think RJ Barrett will be back for that game. You also got Orlando before that. Not to skip over Orlando, because you already know they're a threat. So it'll be interesting. And we got to get this next win against Orlando, because right now in revenge games we're 3-1. And so we usually do a good job of avenging our losses, except Orlando. But that can change. New Day says Boston leads the series 309 to 190. Well, I figured that. Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, I mean, and I figured it would be that much dominance that over Boston. Thank you for that stat, New Day. I appreciate that. Why Deuce only have 7 field goal attempts in this game? Or are you saying, for the season? Because he had 6 attempts in this game. I'm going to say because he was coming off the bench. Monica McNutt says also Jay-Z plays a little bit better. The Knicks will probably win this game. That's a fact. No, she's 100% right. I think that if he would have played Brunson, Brunson would have played better for sure. He played 39 minutes. He was a -4. He and Josh Hart are the only two starters with a negative plus minus because our bench is trash, y'all. Our bench has become mediocre, right? And I'm in the 82 Nights Club. I keep track of bench points, right? So anytime the bench gets less than 37.5 points, which is like the average for the bench in the league, for benches to score, we are 7-4, right? And well, now we're 7-5. But before we had it. Okay, so let me explain what happened. This is why it's called stats with context, right? Because sometimes when you're looking at stats, you gotta understand the story surrounding the stat. So once Shaman and OG Anunoby went down, our bench went down because now two of our bench guys are starting now. Two of our bench guys that were averaging double-digit points are now in the starting lineup. So you lose that 20-plus points a game, it goes into the starting lineup. So that's why the bench we hadn't cracked the 37.5 mark in like 5 games. So going back, the last time our bench had greater than 37.5 points was the Orlando Magic game, and we just so happened to lose that game, right? And so tonight is the first night since the injuries that our bench has really cooked us. Not having Shaman, it really hurt us because it threw off our balance, because then Hart had to go into the starting lineup and Deuce had to go into the starting lineup. And now, if I go back into research mode, you get a whopping 10 points from your bench. Not enough. Now it's a lot more pressure on these starters to get buckets. And I still think that we have probably the best scoring starting five in basketball. I hadn't checked that stat yet. It's something that I'm going to probably add into the Knicks and 10 show on Thursday. But yeah, it's just the starting lineup is doing too much. So you're not getting nothing. And Clarkson didn't give us nothing. So that's why in the fourth quarter, I'm trying to understand why is Clarkson even in the game late in the fourth quarter. I didn't understand that. You know, maybe it's because it's starting to look a little like Coach Tibbs with the 39 minutes and the 36 minutes and oops, did I say like it's starting to look like a little bit like Coach Tibbs? Let me zip my mouth. Hold on, let me put that disclaimer back up there. But you know, it's definitely, this is probably why Clarkson and the bench guys probably had to play a little later into the fourth, is because starters are playing a lot of minutes and you don't want to overdo it on a night of a back-to-back. But Jalen Brunson getting 39 minutes on the first night of a back-to-back in a game where you were down big going into the fourth quarter. Yes, they made the comeback, but now you kind of gas them out. Now, luckily, it's the Charlotte Hornets, and I'm pretty sure that's what they said. Oh, it's Charlotte. We be all right. That's what I would have said. Jose with Deuce don't drive to the basket enough. Deuce doesn't drive to the basket enough. Oh, you talking about Jose Alvarado? I like Alvarado, man. He's a real point guard. He plays defense. He's from the town. By the way, salute Jose Alvarado. He gets a New York City salute. I like Alvarado. I don't want another guard, y'all. Listen, I don't want another point guard. I'm sorry. There's just too many of these guys. Then he plays 3 of them at the same time. So we get Jose Alvarado now, where he gonna play 4 point guards. Nah, bro. I'm good. Give me a real 2 guard. Give me a Herb Jones. Give me somebody with height. Matter of fact, give me somebody who can guard Jaylen Brown or Franz Wagner. Give me somebody like that in the deal. That's what I want. Give me somebody who can guard Franz Wagner and Jaylen Brown and Paolo Banchero and Julius Randle. Give me somebody who could maybe not stop those guys, but they got good size and could slow those guys down. That's what I want to do. Because clearly Yabusele's not it. Mitchell Robinson can't play more than 17 minutes. So, you know, what the hell are we doing here? I got to put out 3 point guards because none of my guys that are 6'8" are good enough. to be in the goddamn rotation for longer than 10 minutes. It's ridiculous. JJ says, Giannis, hey, listen, man, Ron started the Giannis conversation. Salute to my man, Ron. By the way, I got to link up with Ron from Still Knicks Fans. Salute to Still Knicks Fan. I have his journal here. Got to definitely link up with him to get him his journal. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, let me see what else you guys talking about. JC did have a big 4-point play when they went on that 9-0 run. No, but you know what, Jose? I'm not okay. Let me. So I don't really target players, right? So I say double big lineup. I talk about the 3-point guard lineup. It's not one guy. It's not. I like all three of those guys. I'm just saying I don't think they should play together. So when it was the 2-point guard, I'm cool with the 2-point guard lineup. 2-point guards, Josh Hart, double big lineup. Let's go. I take that any day. I'm talking about when he has 3-point guards. When it's Clarkson, Kolick, and Deuce. No, it's a negative. Listen, I watch a lot of Boston, right? It's funny. And I'm not trying to knock the MSG guys, but when I think it was Wiley said, Boston they're playing slower than they did. I'm like, Boston always plays slow. Boston never play fast. They're always one of the slower paced teams. Now, they will run in transition like how they did in the third quarter, but that's not, fast breaks is not pace, right? Pace is all about possessions, the amount of possessions. Fast breaks is scoring when the defense is not settled. So, yeah, they'll run on you. Any team will run on you. But, Boston never, they didn't play at a faster pace last year, right? So I just thought that was a weird comparison. But anyway, nonetheless, Boston Celtics, they exploit the cross matches. And this is why they did an even better job. When they had Holiday and KP in them dudes, I swear to God, they mismatched fine all day. They set that high-ass pick and roll, right? High-ass pick and roll. AP, he either pops to the nail or he pops like 3-4 feet behind the 3-point line. And now your little point guard who switched on him on the pop, he's got an easy shot. He getting that 27-foot up because KP's average 3-point shot is 27 feet out. That's his average 3-point shot, right? And they ran that high pick and roll to a T. They did the same thing tonight. They don't have the horses like I saw it early in the game. Might have been the first quarter. It was the first quarter. When Cater set the screen and he popped. A rare pop from Cater. He normally rolls, but he popped this time. And when he popped, the Knicks stayed in the paint. So I guess Boston's adjustment was, Cater, don't you ever pop again. And he was rolling, and he even in the first quarter had like 2 dunks. So that, even though they're not as good as they were last year, that boy Joe Mazzulla is a very smart coach. Very smart coach. Very smart coach. Even though we don't like the 3-point shot, if you could just not look at the 3-point shot, they do everything else amazingly. They still defend at a high level, even with Pritchard on the floor. The way they're able to hide their weak links defensively, they still do a great job. That's why Boston is tough, right? I don't think they could be a top 6 team because I think that Brown's going to gas out. Brown's doing a lot. Brown looks a lot better. He's doing his best Jason Tatum impression, at least in the last week or so. But the fact that they defend and they got a really good coach who's going to get more out of them, he got this kid Cater looking like a defensive team candidate. This kid, they said that, and they said this on the MSG broadcast, and I didn't know this, that the Boston Celtics have the number 1 ranked defense when Cater is in the game. Once he's out of there, trash. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Salute to Jose. He says he's agreed with me. I appreciate that. While I ain't got no calls, man, I figured let me talk a little bit about the journal, man. All you got to do is go to thisweekinsidetheknicks.com. The Cyber Monday deal is still in effect, right? If you're curious as to know how I keep track of all these stats and all these things and how I know all this stuff, it's because I journal. And I was journaling before I created this, right? I used to have these papers all over the place, stuff like this. And Maxine would be like, "What the hell's going on?" I have my little notepad right here. It's my little notepad. I take my notes in. I have stuff like this all over the place, right? And so I decided to create a journal. And I said, you know what? I should create a journal and give other people who are hardcore fans the opportunity to journal as well. And so that's why I created the 82 Nights, a Basketball Fans Companion. You go pick it up right now. We have 2 editions, the hardcover, which is this one right here, right next to me. This is the hardcover. Okay. And then we got, this is the soft cover. Well, let me use these. So, because these are the latest versions. This is the soft cover. Okay. All right. So you go to thisweekinsidethenix.com and you place your order. You can select whichever one you want. The 32% is already there, so there's no codes you need to enter, none of that. So when you click on you click on what you want, whether it be the hardcore, soft cover. I mean, the only difference between the hardcover is of course, the hardcover is a little bit more durable, and also it's a little bit more easier to write in. But they're both the same. They both have the same thing. It's not like the hardcover gives you more stuff. It's just from a durability standpoint and from a personal preference standpoint, you may want to go with the hardcover, but even with the soft cover, which is what I use, it'll definitely give you everything you need. First thing, I mean, there's 12 components to this journal, so it's not just a stat tracker, it's not just a game notes journal. You have your calendar section. It's like it has elements of a regular journal, but it's more geared to the season and you keeping track of key important dates, things of that nature, right? You're going to get access to the 82 Nights Club, which is an online platform that will give you access to the cheat code to, get all the stats and even ask me. I call myself, this is my new name, Statmaster Miyagi. Okay, Statmaster Miyagi. Okay, because I come up with all types of stats that you never even heard before. All right, and so you get access to that. You also get access to the cheat code, the New York cheat code, because I am a Knicks fan. So I'm essentially going to be journaling with you. So all the elements, all the tough parts of this journal, there's no tough parts, but all of the things that, you may want to have help with, I'm going to be there to help you with it. I have journaling shows that I'm scheduling. And yeah, there's a lot that comes with this journal. So the 82 Nights Club is just like its own kind of component outside of the journal. Then within the journal, like I said, we got the 12 components, right? One of the components is the season predictions page, season reflections page. And that's where we basically see if you know what you're talking about or if you just cap, not cap, but just wrong. Cause predictions are hard to make anyway. Like I lost a crazy parlay today, thanks to the Knicks. I think I'm done putting the Knicks in parlays, but that's a whole nother conversation. You also get access to the 82 game lists and scores, which is pretty much your blueprint or roadmap to the season, right? And this is the example of what I'm talking about. Because like I said, this journal idea started with this. So this is the 82 game list. Basically, it has all the games listed out, the times, the dates, your team records, your road record, pony record, score, NBA Cup record. Was it a close game, blowout, good win, bad loss, series record, record against above 500, below 500 teams. All of that's here. So this is why I was able to just pull this out, 2025 season, and I could be like, yo, last year against the New Orleans Pelicans, we were 2-0. In our last game against them, we beat them 104-93, right? And this game was in New Orleans. And it propelled our record to 18-10 at the time. This is why I could tell you all of this stuff because it's right here. So boom, you're gonna get access to the same thing. We got players to watch for. So like tonight, the Minot kid, right? I know I pretty much know the entire Boston roster because I watched them so goddamn much that it's like I'm not a Boston fan, but it's like I just watched them so much. So there's no player on their team that I didn't know. Right. But anytime you're watching a team like Memphis Grizzlies, how many of you guys knew about the Coward kid before you seen him that night, right? So anytime I see a kid like that, I write him down in my players to watch for section of the journal. Then we got the fan engagement section. So anytime you go to a game, you can document your experience there, photo stubs, photos, the whole shebang, man. This right here is going to be, something that you could always reflect back on. It's truly a journal. It's a basketball fans companion. And, you can get yours right now this week inside the Knicks.com. All right. And before I get back to the chat, I think I also want to touch on the channel membership. Let me see what you guys talking about. New Day says, thank you, Stat Master. Yeah, I'm Stat Master Miyagi, man. I'm Stat Master Miyagi. That's my new nickname. I was going through a whole bunch of stats one day, and I'm like, yo, I'm really going through all these goddamn stats. I'm like a Stat Master Miyagi. And so that's why I just said, yeah, that's my name. That's my little alter ego when I start pulling out these random stats. And it's like, okay, cool. Because I use stats with context, right? That's my state as Stat Master Miyagi. It's stats with context. So a lot of times people will use like plus minus, for example, but plus minus is a great stat, but what's the context behind it? Are you a bench player? Are you playing against second units mostly? And you're balling. That may be a reason why your plus minus is so high. Or here's another one: defensive rating, right? Oh, he has a low defensive rating. James Harden had the top last year. I'm not sure if he finished with it, but for much of the year last year, James Harden was top 25 in defensive rating. But look, he plays defense. No. One, if your team is the best defensive team, everybody's rating go up. Because it's also about team and matchups. And also, defensive rating is a great stat. It's one of my favorite advanced stats to look at because it's thoroughly accurate. The one thing it doesn't account for is matchups. So if you're guarding a bunch of dudes that don't score, your rating will be low. But if you're guarding Trae Young every night the way Mikal Bridges does, that's why his rating is higher. It doesn't mean that if you have a lower defensive rating than Mikal Bridges that you're the better defender. No, it doesn't mean that. It just means that it could possibly mean you're not guarding the best players. So there's a lot of, it's called stats with context. A lot of people throw stats at you, but they're not using it in the right context. So that's something that I also try to keep in mind when I'm throwing stats around. And because, you just don't want to, I'm going to tell you like this. It could literally, when you look at all of these advanced stats, it can get to a point where you can pull out like 3 or 4 stats for any player to make them seem way better than what they are. Like I was in the debate on, was it the call-up show or was it the Discord? I do so much content at days, it just gets blurred. No, it was the call-up show. My man Coach, salute the coach. Coach goes, oh yeah, what he said? Damn, what did Coach say? I'm mad I lost it. He was like, oh, so we were talking about Mitchell Robinson. He goes, yeah, look at his per 36. Dude, when we look at per 36, we're looking at bench guys who don't get minutes. Why would I look at a rotational guy or a starter? Why would I look at that per 36? I should have brought that up to him that night. But yeah, if you're a starter or you're somebody getting a lot of minutes on the bench, and I got to look at your per 36, yeah, you could be trying to overhype it. Usually we look at per 36 for guys that don't get time, like Kolek, right? Like Diawara. You look at their per 36 because now you get a picture of what it would look like if they actually played in a real game. But let me show you guys the channel memberships on the way. I do appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Bam. So I want to talk about the channel membership, why you should join the channel. Right now, I'm letting you guys know, I don't do the, you join the channel and it's like a donation and you just want to show love. No. When you join my channel, it comes with a lot, right? Right now, we got a fantasy basketball league where I got cheated in last week. That's a whole nother topic. But the bottom line is all the channel members, we got together. Salute to my man HRM the Great. He was the one that came up with the idea for the fantasy league. He also came up with the playback idea. I got to talk to him about playback, so we could get that up and popping. But anytime you know, for my channel members, I'm always looking to enhance the membership and do things for them. But the fantasy league came out of nowhere. And so, and there's going to be more things like that. I do random giveaways. I do a lot for the channel members, right? I have this Discord server, the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server, which you hear me mention all the time. I mean, we gets it in, you know, whether it be debates between me and Knicks will be champs 25-26, or me debating J-Tap. You know, those are the two guys I normally debate with the most. And so, or just a really good conversation. Yuri might drop something in there. HIM. I mean, all the guys in there it's a great time, man. And then JJP will come out of nowhere with something random. But you know, the Discord server is a great way. If you're feeling the content on the channel, you'll be feeling the content in the Discord server, because sometimes I drop things in there that I don't even drop on the channel, like that article or Daily Knicks talking about how weak the Knicks paint defense is and 3-point defense is, but how weak their paint defense is, how teams are just getting in there, walking in there, getting easy buckets. So, you know, we had an interesting discussion about that. Also, when you join the channel, of course, you get the cool little badges, you know, the stars to identify who you are. Now, I'm getting ready. I think I'm going to do my own custom stars. So be on the lookout for that. So that might change, but give me some time for that. I also do the members only live chats like this Knicks in 10 show that I do every 10 games, where I break down the Knicks. I show you where we are, track everything, all the cool stats, Stat Master Miyagi stuff. That'll be on Thursday. That show will be a members only live chat. The reason why I do that is because I can get lost in the chat, and I literally could do a show. I used to do a show called Level Headed Knicks Talk, where I literally would talk to the chat for 3 hours. So in order to shorten the show and get to the, you know, the meat of it, you know, quickly, I put the members only live chat on, so that way I don't get lost in the chat. Also, priority reply to comments, something key. I got people who don't even be on the live show, like my man George, right? He always comments on everything I do. So he joined the channel, and this is what my assumption is. He joined the channel because he wants me to respond to his message, because he always has something he wants to say. So anytime you drop something on the channel, no matter where it is, whatever type of content it is, I always reply to the members. That's what the priority reply comment is. Also, I got so much exclusive content, from the Unfiltered Thought to even me hooping. I think I might have somewhere I'm going to be hooping. So the Objective Fan Hoops will be back. Okay. I have a gym that I seen. Of course, I got a gym in Brooklyn, but you know, where I'm at right now, because I'm so busy, I don't have much time to just be going to Brooklyn like that. Like, I like to save the Brooklyn for like once in a while. So I think I found something up by me that I'm gonna go check out. But I got stuff like that. Even when I do interviews, I'm working on some new interviews. I actually got an interview that I got to put out. I'm gonna try to get it out during the NBA Cup break. And when I do interview somebody, whether it be like an old Nick or whoever, I give the channel members an opportunity to ask a question. Okay. Also, members get shouted out. Of course, I'm always saluting the members, you know, like my man New Day Entertainment. He said the Discord is definitely a vibe. Yo, New Day. Yo, your first time in the Discord, right, was kind of interesting, because we lost to somebody. It was a bad loss. And they were going, and then my man New Day was like, yo, it's just they were like, y'all gotta calm down. It's a vibe. You know, like listen, these guys are Knicks fans. They're very passionate about their Knicks. And the Discord could get, it's definitely a vibe though. But definitely, the members always get shouted out each and every time. And of course, discounts on merch, right? Discount on everything you see behind me. The Captain 11, the Bodega Cats, you know, the journals. Members get a discount on all of this stuff. I want to thank you guys for rocking with me tonight. This was a great call up post game show. I let the guys rock for a little bit longer. I'm trying to like keep, you know, cut the call short, but sometimes when I engage in the conversation, I don't want to talk over your calls. So I just let you guys rock, but I do want to give a big time salute to the gamification. on the way out. I'm going to thank you guys. My man JJ in the #1 spot. Salute to JJ. JJ, you also been the first one to call up. Salute to the callers tonight. JJ, Yuri, who else called up? JJ, Yuri, Ron from Baltimore. Was that it? I think that was only 3 calls, but salute to those calls. You know, sometimes quality over quantity works best. But I want to give a big time salute to you, JJ. Of course, my man, New Day Entertainment, who I will be seeing on the 10th at that Westchester Knicks game. I look forward to it. Jose in the building. Salute to you. I appreciate you. Channel member, my man Mellow Mike, channel member. Salute, big time salute to Mellow Mike. I just met with him to get his journal. You know, because he was on his way to the Westchester game. You know, I mean, I don't live too far from where the Westchester Knicks play from, so we met up. And great brother there. Salute to Mellow Mike. He took pictures with the journal everywhere, man. I gotta post those pictures, man. But salute to my man Mellow Mike. Salute to Anna Grill. I see you in the building. Salute to you, BS10 258, the man who cheated me in the fantasy league, but the man who also I debate with a lot, but the man who I also respect his opinion, because BS10 258 always comes with even if I disagree with it, he still comes from a solid foundation of basketball knowledge, because he goes back a long time. Salute to my man Michael, of course, Yuri in the building. Knicks Say Madness Discord server channel member. Your journal should be to you by next week, all right? Randu, I see you in the building. Big time salute to Randu, right? Of course, the other Michael Carver, salute to you, and salute to everybody who tuned in. I know this is a late show. It was a late game, but we got a lot of vampires on this channel. So I just might do the Knicks in 10 show in the nighttime on Thursday. I'll let you guys know. Keep it posted. I will not be doing the post-game call-up show for the game tomorrow unless they lose. If the Knicks lose, I might do a call-up show. Okay? You could hold me to that. All right? Let me see on the way out. My man Agent says, from what I determined in the games we lost, the Knicks get unhinged when opponents are extremely physical. Yes! Good point on the way out. That was a great point, you know, by the brother there. The physicality, because that's what Orlando does. We're not doing a good job handling the physicality. That's in my notes as well. But thank you, man. I appreciate you guys. Have a great night. I'll see you guys on Thursday, all right? Now, if we lose tomorrow, I'm just letting y'all know I'm blacking out. I know I'm the objective Knicks fan, but if you lose to the Hornets after losing to the Celtics, and you were undefeated against sub-500 teams, and you just so happen to lose at home, right? Because we're at home tomorrow, right? If you lose at home to the Charlotte Hornets, bro, yeah, that's bad. But anyway, no matter what, even if we lose tomorrow, as always, hold on, let me get my soundboard on the way out. As always, let's go Knicks.